Hi and welcome to SubarashiiOne. This is my 2015 Sunhokey 3D printer. Now I've done some filming just to show you the printer in general. It's a Prusa i3 style printer. It has an acrylic frame. It uses a bowden feeder setup for feeding the hot end. I've already made some modifications to it, so you can see the hot end modifications there. I'll go through those a little bit later and then in other videos in much more detail. I've upgraded the extruder as well, so I've upgraded that to a compact bowden setup. I'm still using a stock spooler as such. Now I've broken that piece of acrylic on top. I'm not too worried about that, it still works at the moment, but it is to come in a future upgrade. Now if we just look over there, I'm also using a glass bed on top of the normal aluminium bed. The glass plate just to even things out, and I'm just quickly showing you that glue stick there. I use that for my adhesion. Again, that's another thing for future videos. So if we just go back over everything again, one of the handy things I always have a lamp on my desk. It lets me just see exactly what the prints are doing. I mentioned I've done some upgrades, so I no longer have this stock hot end. I'm using an E3D V6. I have had a V6 Lite as well. I mentioned the glass plate. That has helped me to get much smoother prints on the bottom, but also much better adhesion with the glue stick. If we look at that wire in there, it is a complete state, and I've left that purely for the purpose of the videos. I'm going to print some things that are going to tidy the wiring up. I'm also going to print some things which are going to tidy that broken bit up as well and make the printer a lot stiffer. So if we look at those top end caps, what happened was I over tightened one when I was changing the bowden, and partway during the print the tension was too much and it just snapped. However, it's not changed the quality of the prints that I'm getting at the moment. I've also upgraded where the stock hot end was attached to, and I've printed this carriage which uses four, I think they're LM8W bearings. Now that was the stock bearing setup, and I'll cover that in a video, but basically I only had two bearings instead of the four, and it was very wobbly. Now this is where my prints have come from and where I'm going to, and I was getting prints that lifted. And also, if we see there, it just sort of folds over. I'll just show you another example here with 3D benching. This was one of my very first ever prints, and you can see that the layers are not great between them. Now, on the left is an example of a good bulbasaur planter I've printed, but on the right is showing you a poor print. Now, when they look good, they should come out like on the left, and I've got a picture which shows that better in a bit. Now, you can see the base and that's fine, but this is pretty much one of my better prints how they should come out. And I want to go into showing people how you can achieve that with this printer. So what I've got going here, I've got a time lapse of a mobile phone stand. So I'm using a couple of cameras. I've got one set up on the time lapse. I've also got the other one trying to show you some detail of how the printer itself actually works. So the phone stand itself, I'm just printing it because occasionally when I'm working on my PC, I might be editing, or I might be at work and on lunch and I want to go and watch something in another room. I don't want to hold the phone up. So I just wanted to print the case out and give you something to see how the printer works. Now I've got a gold PLA filament loaded at the moment. This print is printing at about 50mm a second, but with quite a slow first layer, and I think it's about 10% infill, and the whole thing took about half an hour to print. Now I'm trying to show you some of the infill there. It was a bit difficult because the fan shrouding covers it, but you can see a little bit of how it's working. So I'm going to let the print carry on, and I'm just going to explain some of the things that I'm going to be doing with the channel. So I'm going to be showing you how to get the best out of a 3D printer like this, because if it's actually a £300 3D printer with a couple of spools of plastic, and I've spent maybe £50 to £100 on upgrades and things that do wear out in time, and I'm going to show you the quality of some of the prints that you can get like that Bulbasaur, and then I actually want to take things further on. So now this print is finished, let's have a quick look. So if we jump in, we can see that there's actually some string in between the print. Now that's from my new hot end where I've not got it quite dialed in. Again, it's going to be a great opportunity to show people how you can dial those settings in. And I'm just going to cut these strings off, and I'm going to do some of the work off the camera. But if you do get strings, one of the nice things is they're generally pretty light, so you can use a Stanley knife or a craft knife. So I swap between the two here, and I just trim everything down, maybe give it a very quick light sand, and then it's ready to start being used as a phone holder. So once I've cleaned it all up, I thought I'd give you some better pictures to look at, so you can see how it looks there, you can see the difference between the layers, and I mentioned that the glass gives you a really nice smooth base, which I'm going to show to you there. Now that's it for my very quick intro to the 2015 Sunhokey printer, and I'm going to be doing a number of videos and I'm going to break it down into the separate areas of the different things that I've done to improve the quality vastly over when I originally got this printer. Now I'm hoping these are going to be things that if you have a 3D printer or you're thinking about getting a 3D printer are going to help you out. If you want to see these videos, please hit subscribe to the channel. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you like this video or other videos, please share them out there, because I really want to help people with the same kind of printers get the best possible results, because I think there's quite a bit of confusion and maybe not misinformation, but there's different information out there for how to get the best out of your printers. I'm going to leave it there for today, but thank you for watching and please check back for my new videos.